Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce to you some of the best people on YouTube that you will ever see. In this corner, we've got the main man. We've got the guy who's got muscles for days. It is rumored that Scott Steiner himself was once seen asking him for tips on how to get bigger muscles. It's said that he moved the entire ark in the Bible. If you're wondering how it moved so much, it's because he was back there pumping and swimming and keeping it moving. He is the provider, Zach.
It's the big booty daddy, and I'm excited to have. I'm excited to have the CEO back. The Oscars are happening just blocks away, and most importantly, we could hit 1K live on the air. I'm excited.
That's right. You heard it from the big booty daddy himself. And in the other corner, this man does more rotations than the earth around the sun. This man makes gravity his bitch. This man has flown so high, he's touched the Hubble telescope from the top, and then he's gone to the sun and gotten a tan. He is the final boss of every video game you've ever played. He is the final boss of life itself, and he is the final boss of your mother's love life. Give it up for Knock.
Your boy, the final boss is here. I don't got an entrance like Zach. I got to live up to the hype of what Eric did. It's so glad to have Eric back on the show. He is right. We are so close to 1,000 subs. So tell your friends, tell your homies, get us to 1K. The journey is almost there. Just like the Last of Us journey is almost there. We're so close. What else I got going on for you, man? Now, shout out to Steve in the chat.
That's right. How you doing, Steve? Thank you for joining us. Thank you so much. We got Air Percy Carter in the chat. Thank you for joining us, guys, live. Like Zach said, we could hit 1K live on the show. That would be beautiful. So if you have any friends, any neighbors, any cousins, anybody who you want to introduce them to the show, let us know so we can get it live on the air. So we have got a couple things lined up. We've got the weekly recap. We've got some news and rumors. And, of course, you know we've got promo school. We've even got some games lined up. And, Knock, I believe you have an MVP of the week.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, without further ado, let us go ahead and jump straight into it. Zach, what's going on Monday Night Raw? I can see by the title of this episode, John Cena Saves WWE Raw, that you really had some good things to say.
He returned, and then Austin Theory buried him. I don't know if you saw what I saw, but I saw Cena get buried on the mic. Austin, so cool when the sun shines on you 24 hours a day. You got to wear shades indoors. And John Cena just getting bodied by Austin Theory's lack of being the loudest one in the room with nothing to say.
Zach, I have to. So I don't know if my TV was broken when I saw this, but when John Cena came out, I saw literal angels crying. I heard bells ringing. Angels were getting their wings. Money was being made. No. Every CEO had just cashed in and made money. My bank account jumped up at least 3 zeros thanks to Cena popping up.
Yeah,
they
I don't know
crying
exactly
because of that.
Watching,
they were crying because they saw hell on
that
earth.
man on the mic.
Zach, it was beautiful. This man reminded us why he is the face that runs the place.
Hold on, that's AJ Styles. Let's pump the brakes. It's AJ Styles.
Yeah. And he is the face that is on the cover of Ernest movies. That man is looking different.
Zach, I want you to know this. The older the berry gets, the sweeter the juice. And Cena is the sweet.
No.
He's too sweet.
No, he's too raisined. I am the sweeter, the juice kind of berry, my friend.
I can't.
Oh man, it was so good to see John Cena come back and put Austin Theory in his place. Zach, I don't know what you was watching, but I seen Austin Theory try to take a jab at Cena going bald, and Cena just buried the kid. Austin Theory, man, it's gonna be a good match.
I'm excited for the match. Y'all on night one can have it. Enjoy your C Nation masturbation. I will not be seeing that on night 2 with my guys. It was so like weird now, like watching all that Raw and seeing how it distorts Eric and Knox's reality of what actually happens on Raw. So this is what happens with a 3-hour show. It messes with people's minds. So you got to get the show right, Triple H, and back down to 2 hours so people don't leave delusional like these two.
Zach, you know what's gonna happen when we walk into Mania, Zach? we're gonna already be walking into people shouting, "We want encore" from Cena and Theory, and they're gonna come out on night 2 and do the exact same match, and they're gonna end up getting 10 stars that weekend, 5 for each match.
Trash.
Oh,
I will join Chelsea Green and try to find a manager and get a refund.
what else is going on Monday Night Raw?
All right, not too much really. Some more setup for Mania, as we saw with those two. Finn Balor lost to Gargano, and then Edge. We're getting Edge and Finn at WrestleMania, but Edge kind of buried Gargano, and then the next night we saw him on NXT, which we'll touch. So it was a little. We might get Gargano and Edge after Finn, so he's hitting his bucket list of people that he wanted to wrestle before he retires. Gable beat Corbin, and we are getting Becky, Lita, and Trish versus Damage Control. Speaking of the Oscars, the Top Gun spoof with the Miz and Maurice is there. It was mid. And last but not least at all, the payoff at the end. Jey Uso returns and just continues this unbelievable storytelling in wrestling.
Yeah, this storyline is pure genius, man. I'm loving it. There's so many little nuances. He comes back. You think he's gonna see with Sammy, and then he turns on him last minute. Hits a super kick. That's an iconic super kick. I call like Michael's turning on his tag team partner. That super kick is gonna be down in history.
Poor Marty can't even get his name mentioned on the podcast.
Listen, it blanked out on me from saying, man. It blanked out.
I bet he doesn't remember the guy's name of who he murdered, but whatever.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad we got this because I've been calling that KO and Sammy should take the titles off of them, but like I didn't know how we were gonna get that, and this sold.
Yeah.
So I dig it. Give Sammy and KO a Mania moment together.
Yeah, and I like that they're slow building it. This is a slow build that's working. No offense to Bray Wyatt, but KO is not on Sammy's side right away, even though he's turned on Sammy more times than I can count. But if you see one of the backstage segments, you see Cody trying to talk to KO a little bit. I think Cody's gonna be instrumental in getting KO and Sammy back on track. Do you guys see WWE pulling the trigger and having the first tag team WrestleMania main event?
No, because there's Roman Reigns.
Well, we got 2 nights.
But you gotta give one to the women, one for the ladies.
You do, especially on Women's History Month.
Exactly.
But it's WWE we're talking about.
Yeah, we'll talk about Tony Khan in that in a little bit.
Yeah. Oh man. Also, thank you SCW for sharing a post, letting people know to come subscribe. Really appreciate that.
Thanks, man.
You're the best. Yeah, man. That Jey Uso thing blew up. It was great. I was seeing it everywhere. I'm looking forward to see what they do.
I am too. And speaking of the Bloodline storyline, I didn't get to ask your thoughts last week, Eric. Your boy Cody got bodied by Roman Reigns on the mic on SmackDown. Did you catch it? Did you see it? Can Cody recover from this?
Cody can recover from anything as long as he's not trying too hard. I believe in him. I think he can give him one more chance. I think he can hit it.
Yeah.
Yeah. If he doesn't, then he has to, because you're going over Sammy. Like, if you can't knock out the park, then give it to Sammy.
Yeah. I want to stick on this real quick, since Steve brought it up real quick. He says this Jey Uso turn has so many layers. Think that it'll affect some events after Mania as well as before. Yes. After Mania, I think we're going to see the crumble of the bloodline. I do see Roman losing to Cody, and do you guys think we'll see Jey Uso and Roman get another singles match?
I don't know. I honestly don't know, because I mean, I don't think I ever want to see Jey win over.
I think he has to. That's pay off the story.
Yeah.
Zach, what do you think?
Hey, I think maybe at SummerSlam you could get this. With the end goal being the Rock at 40, like there still has to be some cohesiveness in the bloodline to exist for the Rock to enter. I don't know.
I can see it. I could see the cohesiveness storyline, but they have so many layers with this. I could also see a bloodline civil war coming.
Ooh.
Rock could have his side. Roman has his side. And since Roman will lose the belts, I would imagine Rock can play off of that fact that he lost the blood. You were head of the table for how many years and you lost it? Rock was in control. Everything was running smooth. He's buying people houses. What'd you do, Roman? You selfish mother. Anyways, there's a lot they can do here. I think
They could even
Yeah.
bring in people from, I don't know, MLW or somewhere else to cause some
my
friction
boy
in there.
Jacob Fatu.
Hey,
Yeah.
if you listen to Zach on Rampage streams and MLW streams, it doesn't seem like MLW has anyone signed to any contract. So hey, anyone can show up.
yeah.
Roman does need time off. I know. I think Jay would be the perfect person to send Roman to go fishing and go up with his family for a little bit.
Yeah, the part-timer needs time off.
Yeah. I mean, if he loses at Mania, I think he does go away for a minute. I just don't think a tag wrestler should be the top guy for over 2 years. But if they can convince me somehow, I mean, Triple H is good at that. So, all right. Was there anything else from Raw you wanted to touch?
No, just your P-Boy was pretty good on Miz TV, so I'll give him credit for being a good heel.
Give it up for the P-Boy. One of the best book shock lariats in the business. And SCW Steve agrees. SummerSlam was the perfect place. 3 years after Roman's story started. Jay for the win.
Yeah.
Main event, Jay.
And Newton Co., welcome to the show. The end of the bloodline is drawing near, everyone. Oh,
it is.
All right, let's head over to NXT. Zach, you touched on it earlier. Johnny Gargano has been named Grayson Waller's opponent. Honestly, when I saw this, I'm just gonna jump straight into that. When I saw it, I was disappointed because I want Gargano to be a bigger name on the main roster, and I don't think going back to NXT is a good sign of that.
I'll flip that on you because I think it's a good sign because it gets him involved WrestleMania weekend. I feel bad for people like Karrion Kross who aren't going to get put on, but it is what it is. This gives Gargano a payday, and also it gives time for the titles to work their situation out. I think he still will be a big deal on the main roster.
Okay.
I think so too. I just, if it's a one-off, like Zach said, to get him some spotlight during Mania weekend, because Shawn Michaels brought him in. That's his guy. It's good to have him do something. Because I think he's floundering. I don't know what Ciampa's doing. There's a lot of guys right now I think is in a weird position.
Ciampa's still injured.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
What kind of injuries you have?
I don't know. I don't know if it was something that needed surgery, but I just know it was an injury.
Every time he gets injured, I get a little worried just because he's had some serious ones.
Yeah.
Real quick, Numenko says, have Roman go fishing with Braun Breaker.
Apollo will get jealous.
Yeah, there's a feud right there.
Well, okay, yeah. I mean, as somebody pointed out, wasn't it Waller who took Gargano out when he left?
Yes.
Yeah,
that is true too.
So that's a good storyline to go back to. And and you're right. It's good he's getting a payday. I just wish he was. I don't know. I want Gargano to already be killing it. I'm impatient. I wanted to see him doing a Gargano escape on everybody.
Yeah.
What else happened on NXT?
Tony
before we
D
go to
versus Dijak. Oh, go ahead, Doc.
You got it. That's a good match too.
I just want that was the kickoff match. Tony D versus Dijak. Again, Dijak making his opponent look good. Corny ass character, but man, is he good in the ring.
Yeah, that's the thing I missed when he was, floating around as T-Bar. He could have been T-Bar all he wanted. Just give me the good matches. That's all he needs, man. He's such a good wrestler. NXT was the best decision for him to go back to. So hopefully he can build up that momentum once again, even in a losing effort.
Yep.
I mean, Vince McMahon gave him the greatest gimmick of all time, and he dropped the ball. He dropped the T-Bar. I can't respect this.
Oh man.
Oh, no.
Someone get Eric
up
out of here. You might
be able to do the graps, but if you can't get a gimmick like T-Bar over, then what are you even doing in this business?
No one could get the gimmick. The Rock couldn't get the T-Bar over.
Couldn't get over the T-Bar.
But I was going to point out the whole confrontation between my boy Braun Breaker and Carmelo Hayes. I think it's time. NXT Stand and Deliver is coming up. Get the belt on Carmelo Hayes. He is the guy. That's him right there. He's going to carry NXT to another height.
I can
fully agree. Yeah. Call Braun up and change his name to, what is it, Rex Steiner, or what's his real name?
Yeah. I think that was his name before.
Just do it. Make it nice, clean, and have some lineage.
Yeah. I mean, their messed up idea that you have to earn the name. I think he's earned it. If by their standards, he's proven that he can do the job.
I mean, he's been NXT champion for how long now? He's definitely proven it.
Right.
And then Gigi Dolan, the former. If you watch, Zach and SCW Steve have a video out here called the Gigi or the Janetti Who's Who, and put some respect on Gigi's name. She came out here and got her revenge over JC Jane.
Match, but I think they're going to do another one, and they possibly might do 2 out of 3. It was quick, and Gigi didn't get the intro, which was weird because this is one of the biggest feuds that they have in NXT. But I do believe we're going to get more, and it's going to get bigger on Stand and Deliver.
They should have a big match at Stand and Deliver. If you guys want to go ahead and just book them like Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly with that feud, I'm all for it. Like the Toxic Attraction was such a good act in NXT. To have Mandy leave the company in the way she did, we didn't get a full payoff with this. So I think you got to really push these two to the moon and have them have a long feud.
I can think that. That'd be pretty cool. Real quick, just want to hit up Steve. DIY or the way for Johnny Gargano after Mania? I vote DIY. I mean, Ciampa will be back, but
DIY.
Yeah, if Ciampa's back, everyone wants to see this reunion, man. Imagine we have KO and Sami Zayn, the tag team champions after Mania, right? Who's a nice first matchup? DIY versus KO and Sami. You could book that 2-3 times if you want.
Yeah, and that's a throwback to Prime NXT. I'd take that.
Yeah. And you could have great matches with Alpha Academy as well. Even Otis is doing really well in the ring. So,
oh man, I love Otis. I believe he had everything I wanted back when he won Money in the Bank. We were enemies, but now he's won me over.
Is that the same guy who won Money in the Bank, even though it should have been AJ Styles? Then he lost the Money in the Bank to The Miz.
I remember that guy being in that match.
What happened to Tucker? Can we ask Otis about Tucker?
Nobody remembers.
His shift ends at about 9 p.m.
That's funny.
Okay. I still feel bad for the man, but I guess
just for him to get put in another tag team,
right? If he had stayed with what was their name again? Was it True Grit? No, Blue Moon?
No, it was like Heavy Machinery.
That's right. It was something like I remember that. Would Heavy Machinery?
It's like a line of Tonka trucks.
Would Heavy Machinery be doing as well as Alpha Academy is doing? Would they be tag champs?
That's a good question.
Chad Gable is something special, so I'll just say no.
He is. He deserves the world, man. Yeah. He should have been IC champ by now or something, man.
Yeah. But I will say, if Tucker, you ever see this, I'm sorry how it worked out, man. You deserved a happier ending than what you got.
Actually, was Heavy Machinery on your Gigi and Janetti video?
Oh, no, they weren't. But I mean, that's a given.
But to the main event that shocked the world, Zach, did you catch Roxanne Perez versus Meiko Satomura?
I did catch the second HBK storyline in 3 weeks.
Yes, sir. Shawn Michaels putting everything out there. But as far as match quality, what'd you think?
I thought it was good. It was short. I know a lot of people are complaining about that. It was like maybe 9-10 minutes. But man, Satomura is just solid. She knows how to there's a move that she did off the top rope. You know, she wanted to it to look a certain way. She just corrected a footing and just did it anyways. And it was solid. She's so good in the ring. And for Roxanne to hold her own against her, I thought this was a really good main event for the short amount of time that they got.
Yeah. Meiko is a legend, all-time legend. Definitely could have got more time. I think we're going to get a rematch at some point. Now the ending, which you alluded to, the Shawn Michaels storyline. I was on Twitter. I seen that people were split. They hoped Roxanne was okay. They didn't know if it was a storyline or not. But Roxanne sold the shit out of this.
She did, and Booker T.
Yeah. So if you didn't catch it, at the end of the match, Roxanne gets her hand raised to win. She collapses. We don't know what's wrong. They bring out the everyone, the stretcher, all the stuff. Booker T leaves commentary, puts his headset down. He looks very concerned. You know, Roxanne's a former protege of his. So we don't know, but this is a former Shawn Michaels story.
Okay. So HBK is just rolling up the hits.
He is, man.
If
we get a DX coming in next, hey.
Which storyline is this? I don't remember. Who's it against?
Let us know in the chats. I just remember he had on his dark pants with the white hearts. And if you guys hand raised, he collapsed. I totally forgot who it was. It wasn't who's that boring white dude in the blue trunks?
I just seen this video too, man. Someone posted it actually.
I'm disappointed I didn't know about the storyline, but yeah, let us know in the comments.
Yeah, let us know. And last thing I want to touch on, very awesome beginning with Tiffany's Epiphanies. They need to do this to introduce stuff, especially I'm saying every wrestling show should do this for someone who's not on the card that night. Have them introduce stuff, show their character, explaining the matches, and it's just a great way to open the show and lets the audience know who that person is. I think everybody, MLW, NWA, AEW, should do this time and again, a couple times a month at least, to introduce the show.
I think that. Oh, that's a good idea. Real quick question from Steve. Should Otis join the Maxim male models? He'd love to see the Alpha Academy to gain the Creed brothers to join Chad Gable.
Actually, I'm all for that. I think that works out perfectly. Chad Gable and the Creed brothers could be something like Team Angle.
Yeah.
And Otis is a joke to me, so he can do whatever he wants. But I think he actually would fit in with maximum male models in some way.
I don't know what's because he hits the worm better than you could possibly imagine.
When you have AJ Styles right there to win Money in the Bank, and you go with this guy just for him to lose it a few months later, it really irks me, man.
I don't even remember AJ. I'm pretty sure, was AJ thrown off the roof? Is that what happened to this man?
No, that was not AJ Styles. I think that was Rey Mysterio or Malachi Black. Someone got thrown off the roof.
That was Rey
and
Mysterio.
They came back the next night.
Yeah.
And Ready or Not ask, do you think Shawn Michaels should book a new Heartbreak Kid?
No.
If the right person came about. But as of NXT roster right now, I don't see that person.
I'm going to talk about this when we talk about Hobbs. No one's going to have that attitude. A lot of people are bringing back 90s fashions now, but they don't have the attitude that people had in the 90s. It was just a different time. When I talk about, I'm just going to talk about Hobbs right now, not the whole thing, but Hobbs's look. I'll just save it for Dynamite. But there's a certain thing about the 90s and the attitude that people aren't going to really have. So I say no to that.
Okay.
What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, you might as well at the Guns in that comment because they're taking a whole lot of 90s flair.
And they don't have the attitude for it, and it's comical, and it's not working for me.
It didn't work for Ziggles. I don't think it'll work for anybody else. All right. We all set to go over to AEW Dynamite.
Yes, sir.
What's going on, Dynamite? I forgot completely.
Man, you're missing out on greatness. You're missing out on Dynamite. Zach, take it away.
And the Oscar goes to Knock for that one. All right. Orange Cassidy for like the third or fourth week in a row. Kicks off Dynamite.
That's right. The hardest working wrestler in the business, baby.
You see say that, and it's like true. And he's also like supposed to be the least hardest working person. So
make it make sense.
Right.
Zach, you you gotta understand. Like, listen, I get that the marks don't get it. You guys all over here think Cassidy is just some one-hit wonder, but obviously he's moving so fast that our eyes can only comprehend him at this slow speed. So it works. It absolutely works. He's going straight to the moon with this. The hardest working sloth in the business.
I just hate that he keeps beating Jay. It's like the third or fourth time I feel like he's beat Jay Lethal. And don't get me wrong, this is actually a really good match. They were going back and forth. Like their chemistry is really good. Don't get me wrong. I'm just ready for Orange Cassidy to drop the belt.
And like 3 or 4 times tonight, someone came from behind and attacked someone. So we need some communication in AEW.
Like anyone in the chat, let me know. But like the match quality was actually really, really good. A lot of cool exchanges. They were playing up the story. Lethal shoulder gave out on him, so it was a good match. And then Jeff Jarrett's getting a title match next week, and apparently it's associated with Shazam. How does that work? Someone tell me how that works.
I hate that so.
Because a couple months ago, Yes. A couple months ago, Tony Khan came out and said that Warner Brothers had Shazam coming out and they wanted something special to do. So he suggested giving an upgrade to the belt and changing it. He had another belt made. It's on deck. And this is
Really?
the tie-in that makes absolutely no sense that they did for Shazam. They could have done absolutely anything. And honestly, I thought they should have done something with -1.
Oh, that
That'd
would
have
be
been
so
cool.
cool. Yeah.
This belt's not even a year old. Is it already getting changed?
Yeah. This is
I
exactly.
didn't know there was new design coming. I didn't know that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's going to have Lacey Evans' face on there because it's going to get repackaged so much.
Mhm.
Just
Oh,
Emelina.
man. This is exactly why I want ROH just to be on YouTube, because I didn't want Warner Brothers should not be involved like changing things about the show like that. Just for a promotion of a movie, it's probably not going to like be outstanding.
I gotta say, I gotta counter it because I was on the same fence. I was like, I'm not paying for Honor Club. There's no way. There's 2 episodes of Ring of Honor out now, and I'm dying to buy Honor Club. I'm itching. They're doing something right over there. Maybe it's the Impact Zone. I don't know. But Ring of Honor, I've been hearing nothing but great news and great matches. Tony Khan was on the Revolution. No, who was he on? He was on somebody's podcast, and he mentioned like it being easier to do Ring of Honor because he doesn't worry about the TV time and all this type of like other stuff that is involved with Dynamite. It's more structured. Ring of Honor is a little more laid back, and he can just have fun with it. This is how he wanted to produce shows when he was a kid.
I do wonder. I mean, I guess if you go on YouTube too, there's still rules that we have to follow. Dumbass
Yeah.
rules, stupid ass man. Fuck
You're
you.
telling me.
Anyway, yeah. So yeah, there's so many rules you gotta follow that can get you demonetized. And if you get demonetized for one episode of Ring of Honor, that's a whole lot of work for nothing. So I guess there's some
True.
benefits to streaming your own thing. Yeah, fuck you too.
Subscribe. We can get 1K live.
Subscribe.
Yeah, we're so close to 1K, man. It's very exciting times for us. Started this pandemic 3 years ago now, man. We're about to WrestleMania is a few weeks ago, and we're so close to 1K.
That's right. It was a 3-year anniversary gift of hitting 1K. And Steve putting out there his favorite part of Dynamite was TK announcing the International Championship. Did TK even blink during that promo?
Where's Zach with the cocaine booker?
Oh my god.
I swear this guy gets off on doing announcements.
I gotta love it though. It's some part of it. There's some whether he means to be funny or not. It's entertaining in its own way sometimes.
It is. Like,
That's true.
when you see it, there's something to smile about. It's just
Yeah.
It's getting to a point now where if I don't see a graphic that says Tony Khan has an announcement, I'm surprised.
Did he
Speaking
OD?
of graphics, real quick, did you guys see the graphic for MJF and his rebar mitzvah coming up
Yes.
next week?
Yeah.
He actually posted real pictures from his bar mitzvah, or what looked like real pictures from his actual bar mitzvah. This dude was going wild. Looked like he had girls there. He was just doing his own thing. 13-year-old kid.
He was salting the earth.
He had all his Mania match dream opponents. Like this dude MJF, man, that's a real Long Island dude, man.
I'm interested. I actually have hope for this because I'm assuming MJF put his flair into this. So
Had to have.
I want to see what his style is. I want to see what happens
Yeah.
when MJF has a segment.
As long as it's better than a hamburger party, I think I'm all right with it.
Yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong, too. This is going to be in Long Island or somewhere in New York, I thought.
Is it?
I seen him promoting something in Long Island. I don't know if it actually is there, but I thought I seen him promoting something with the Islanders, so I thought it was going to be over there.
Be interesting because he can't.
I mean, he's coming off his first 5-star match, 5 3/4 star match.
That's right, greatest match in all of wrestling. If Dave Meltzer's to be believed. But that'll be interesting to see like how because he can't turn heel in Long Island. He has to be the face.
I mean, when he's been the face in Long Island, it's been very cool.
Yeah,
He's played it up really well.
Yeah.
that's true. Yeah, it will be cool to see. I like when he gets to play a face every now and then. It's just he also has to set up the next like feud.
Who do you think?
Who do you think it's going to be?
Jungle Boy.
Damn, what's going on here? Me and Zach.
In sync. Yeah, I see Jungle Boy.
Yeah, I'll take
I
that.
was going to say Ricky Starks, but now apparently Rock Hard wants a piece of Ricky Starks.
Oh, yeah. I
And
forgot
how
about
do you have 2 people in your company with the same name as Rock Hard. Rock Hard Jake Hager, Rock Hard Juice Robinson.
Juice Robinson's Rock.
Oh, that's right.
Sheamus. I forgot he was that.
Yeah.
Actually, I forgot he was
I
in the
hate
company.
Juice Robinson. I'm not a fan
So
of
did
his at
Tony.
all.
There was somebody else who just did like
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead, Zach.
I was gonna say Juice Robinson is just a comic act to me. I know he can wrestle. I respect his in-ring ability, but like his face, he does the expressions. He does the exact same annoying expressions that the 2.0 guy does. It's just
I
annoying.
think yeah. Oh man.
I think
Boy,
I'll
Juice
see
Robinson.
his
But
expressions.
apparently he's about to be the leader of the AEW side Bullet Club. There's a rumor going around that what's his name is
No,
going
we-
to join him. What's the guy? Varsity Blondes. What's my guy's name?
Brian Pillman Jr.
Brian Pillman Jr.
So we're gonna have a group that's lower than the Dark Order.
Oh man.
Yeah, I don't think that works. Especially not with those two. No, I mean, I get Juice was actually in the Bullet Club, but nah, it's not the same edge.
You know, they could do some twin magic if they dress the same.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna say they kind of look similar. I could see them being put together just because Tony Khan thinks they look similar.
Yeah. Throw the Bellas in there, you
Um,
got a complete act.
I hate to say it, but if you throw in if Jay White was to come, I think it would be legitimate then. If Jay White's not there, then I don't know.
I'll agree with that.
If he's there and he gets to like be in charge of the creative direction, then yeah.
I just find it funny that we're all like downpouring a possible Bullet Club in AEW, but Impact's been running roughshod with the Bullet Club for years now, and no one's batting an eye.
Yeah.
Everyone's proud of the Impact Bullet Club, who just became Impact Tag Team Champions this week.
Absolute best thing about not doing this show last week is that I imagine I missed lots of Impact talk, and you had to go and break the damn streak.
I think I saved it last week. The Tilla wasn't there. I think she was at a show. Oh, she's at Revolution.
It's the one week you should have. Oh my god. And Newman was saying Bullet Club and AEW, which means Chris Bay and Ace Austin are going to be in AEW soon.
I wouldn't mind seeing Chris Bay. I like him a lot. He's really good.
Oh, Mr. All Power pointed out Kurt Angle has never got a 5-star match, but MJF has one. That is a
Really?
weird world to live in.
I would have thought Kurt and Sean. I thought maybe Kurt and AJ a few times.
I think Kurt and
There's a few Kurt Angle matches I thought would have got 5 stars.
Shawn might have gotten 5. I think we did a segment where we read
Did we?
matches, and I think that was one of them. Or maybe it was 4 stars. I don't know.
If it wasn't 5
Meltzer
stars, it's
does
criminal.
not matter. Meltzer does not matter. This doesn't. FTR's merch is a joke to me because of this guy. I'm fucking done with
Are
it.
you
Anyone who
talking about
respects his 5
7-star?
stars, I don't.
7-star FTR in the car.
Well, that's for the belts, the
Fucking
championships
car?
they won.
In the car, on the road. The hardest
They
working
came back. I
journeyman.
will say this. The promo wasn't that bad. It was 50-50 for me, and that's usually 50% more than I do dig the promos. So
Yeah, we actually got to have a promo play out and finish, which is weird
Yeah.
for AEW because everything gets cut off. Other promos. Did you guys see the Ruby Soho promo, which I actually really liked?
I did too.
Yeah.
Made sense.
She's playing. Yeah, it made sense. She broke down everything, and she's playing into a bit of realism here. She got booed when she beat, was it Willow in the tournament? She beat someone else, and she was getting booed at, and it just made no
Statlander?
sense. What was that? Yeah, Statlander as
Statlander,
well.
Yeah.
Britt Baker.
So it just makes the whole storyline feel complete now and like make sense. It's on track. So I'm interested in what we see with the Outcasts going forward.
Yeah. Also, perfect way to answer Air Percy Carter's question. So good job, Mike.
Oh wow, yeah, Aaron Percy, we're on the same page, man. Good job.
Yeah, I mean, this was proof that TK reobserves International Women's Day. He really knocked out the park. And did you guys even see that? Did you guys see that graphic he put up? That was
I did.
A+ shit right there. That was a good shit.
On Women's Day, not just the day before or the day after, or because it's Women's Month. On Women's Day, one segment, then Jade Cargill comes on and gets less than 50 seconds, or maybe it was 50 or 51 seconds, but it was less than 60 seconds. And then that's it. Jam-packed with dudes on Women's Day. Putting out a graphic on Twitter does not flip the script for me on this. I'm not sold on like
Zach, you can't.
I don't know. I don't know.
You can't spell women's without men's. You gotta have the men on the show. I, I'll
Oh,
take. I
you know who you got pushed most during February in AEW?
know.
Cody. So I'm just saying, let's just be cognizant of what's going on. You don't have to like appease everything. Like just that one day on Wednesday, couldn't you not just have a second women's match at least?
I'm not gonna lie. I put a lot of. I do that bit where I take the controversial side of something. It hurt me to say that thing about the women. I'm sorry to every female wrestler out there.
Oh man, he's taking it back. Don't come for my boy Eric.
All jokes.
Mr. All Power asked Jade Cargill versus Taya Valkyrie next week. Question mark.
Could be. So she is not with Impact anymore. They taped her writing off already.
Which
so
is
she's done with that
crazy because she
company.
was the tag team champion.
We'll see how they do it. But she's still the MLW champion, and isn't she still the AAA champion?
I believe so.
Yeah, AAA, MLW, and Impact.
Do you respect the Reina de Reina AAA championship? I know you don't respect any other one they have.
You know, I just don't respect that company and how they operate with other companies. They need to treat their own company and their own wrestlers as the stars. So I respect how Tony Khan handled the Forbidden Door more than how Conan handles other companies coming into AAA.
Fair enough. Sorry, real quick. It's that time again. Prime time's in the chat, which means it's Zach!
Love it.
Anything else from Dynamite that we have to touch on?
Let's get into Wardlow really quick. So first off, he had his belt stolen and some gear stolen out of his car in real life. So they gloss over that in an interview. So if you didn't know about that, it's a very weird thing to talk about and how they handled it. So they just should have said, yeah, my car got broken into and shit got stolen. But Wardlow then proceeds to do a promo where he's talking about his TNT title, and he says, fighting with Hobbs, no man on earth is going to take that title from me. No, someone did. They took it from you in your car, but whatever. Now, if you want to get into the match and how it all transpired afterwards.
Yeah, so I mean, as soon as my guy Powerhouse Hobbs won the Diamond Ring? What is this one?
Face of the Revolution.
Face of the Revolution ladder match with the big Sonic hoop. I knew he's going to win the TNT championship at some point. I'm pretty sure all of those guys win the TNT championship. I thought he's going to get added. I thought he was going to get added to the Revolution match. It would have been Joe, Wardlow, and Powerhouse Hobbs for a rematch of their triple threat from a few months ago. Instead, we had Wardlow win, closing out the Samoa Joe storyline. But then just a few days later, he drops the belt. I think we could have handled this a little better. As far as match quality it's two big meaty men slapping meat. I'm all for it, man. I'm all
It's
for
fun
it.
as hell.
It's fun match. They know how to work together. I truly think they have fun working together, and we're going to see a lot more from this feud in the coming years as they excel in their careers. But the ending, random as fuck. QT Marshall coming out of nowhere to help Powerhouse Hobbs. Let me know if this happened on Dark Elevation, or where this is planted for seeds. I like QT Marshall. I respect what he does for the business. I respect what he does backstage. It's just a lot of times I feel it's hard for me to get into him on TV. So we'll see how this plays out. There's a lot of hype behind his QT TV debuting next week on AEW Dynamite. So we'll see. But the ending was a little wonky for me. I thought we could have did Powerhouse Hobbs a little better.
Yeah, I'm happy for Hobbs because he does deserve something. Absolutely cool dude. I just don't like how this went down. You can appreciate someone backstage. Like Curtis Axel was amazing backstage. He trained people who wanted to come back for matches. They should have done a lot more with him backstage. I don't even know, is he still just not signed anywhere? Or is he just?
Yeah, I don't think he is. I don't know.
Yeah. So yeah, you can appreciate someone backstage, but sometimes on camera they just don't work. So I don't want to see him and QT together. I'm not a fan of the title just jumping back and forth, but I'm willing to forget this entire thing if they just do Hobbs right.
Yeah, I am too. One thing too, like AEW was big on in the beginning was having continuity, which on the grand scheme of things, I think they do a good job keeping continuity. But there's some small hiccups there. Where's the factory? Why is QT just all of a sudden abandoned his hopes and dreams with the factory, and now he's trying to go with Powerhouse Hobbs? And why is Powerhouse Hobbs wanting a new manager after he dissed Taz and left that group because he wanted to be on his own?
Right.
Yeah. So my whole thing about this, when I was talking about 90s and stuff like that, they did the Book of Hobbs. They did this for weeks. This build. It was very 90s looking, street stuff. So they built him up, and like you said, solo. He didn't have Taz or anything like that. They're building him up to be this big bad dude, right? He dresses 90s, the way he wears the bibs, and when I said people don't have the attitude, when I see people dressing in 90s attire, Hobbs had it. He had it 100%. Like, he was selling me on everything, the vignettes, how he dresses. I even like his new shirt because his logo is reminiscent of Ice Cube on his old logos. So everything is that, like, that 90s centered kind of vibe to him. And I dug it. I love every bit of it. So when we get all that and all that build up, all of a sudden to have QT Marshall help him at the end push Wardlow into a giant beanbag chair, like it just soured me because it was Hobbs's time to do this solo. I know I'll get to something in a second here, but I think Knock, you hit it right on the head. They should just have the three-way. They should have had Hobbs take it at the Revolution match, and that way you just show two AEW guys took the belt from me, Samoa Joe. Shit, you know what? I'm just gonna hang out in ROH then. That's an out for him to just hang out in ROH because these two big meaty dudes slapping meats beat the crap out of me, and one took the belt from me. I still got my other one. I'll go here, but this ending. I'll get into this right now. Let us know in the chats. Raj Giri of Wrestling Inc. put out a tweet saying he didn't like this. He didn't like the last 5 minutes of Dynamite because of this ending. And QT, I can't remember what he said. You can look it up. QT Marshall fired back at him, and it was a pretty hard comeback on Raj. He went ham on him, and just going through his history and how dare he question this, and it's people like that question endings like this, like armchair quarterbacks that ruin wrestlers' careers. I didn't expect someone to go like this hard on someone's tweet, a comment. But if you want to just give your opinion on what you think is right for that Twitter war, if you want to look it up, it was pretty crazy. I know, Nak, you looked some of it up too.
Yeah, I mean, you guys probably know I'm on our Twitter a lot, trying to post stuff out there, and I do see a lot of stuff. So Raj had made a comment, and QT responded. I think Raj was very surprised. He started posting stuff like, he's with his kids trying to have a good time. He didn't mean to start any of this. He what else did he say? He said stuff along the lines of like he's never gotten to a Twitter beef with any wrestler before. I see him. He posts a lot of comments. He posts some positive stuff about AEW as well. It's nothing always negative, like some other dudes. But that's another point. I thought it just made both of them look kind of bad. QT leaked some of the DMs. I saw that as well. I think QT, he has a lot of respect in wrestling business. He busted his ass. I know a lot of the stories, like he on his last dollar, like he started a wrestling company to help people pursue their dreams when he couldn't do it. And I know he does a lot of stuff backstage AEW. A lot of people have a lot of praise for this guy. Like we said before, on screen, I don't think he's terrible on screen. Like he knows how to play the heel character and build up that old school heel heat. I just think it doesn't always work. I don't know if it's like the timing or what it is, but it doesn't always work for a lot of us. And I know he gets a lot of shit on the internet. So I think whether it was Raj or somebody else, I think this blowout was gonna happen at some point. I don't think it needed to happen. I think I don't even know if they've squashed it yet. It kind of seems like maybe a little bit, but even then, I don't know. It was just another AEW online thing that had happened.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're right. I think eventually it was going to happen. This was the straw that just happened to break the camel's back.
Yeah, because don't get me wrong, he gets slandered on the internet from what I've seen, all across the board.
Yeah,
and we said multiple times on the show, like there's nothing wrong with QT Marshall. He's very good at everything he does. He checks all the boxes. It's just there's something that isn't there for television. There just is. It's plain and simple.
Yeah, same as Corbin.
Exactly. Same as Corbin.
Excuse me, real quick. Actually, speaking of people blowing up, I gotta address Prime Time in the chat real quick, then I'll touch on Carnage Rage. But Prime Time, Impact Wrestling is the best show on TV. I don't know what Kool-Aid Eric got you drinking, but I need you. Honestly, where's the block button? Can we get this guy out of here?
You're right. Let's block Impact.
Okay.
Let's block it.
Carnage Rage also with a more acceptable comment. But what do you think, Knock? Do you think we'll see Josh Alexander in WWE or AEW? So if you would have asked me this a few weeks ago after his run, he has nothing else to do. He's the longest reigning tag team champion in Impact Wrestling history, and now the longest reigning world champion. Deonna Purrazzo's still in the company. I thought she would have been gone. Josh Alexander, I could see him going to Ring of Honor. How about that? I think he can fit well in the new Ring of Honor club and do something big there. I think after seeing Ethan Page go to AEW and do absolutely nothing, I don't think he wants any parts of that. It's either Ring of Honor for me or WWE.
I love the idea that any wrestler who ever existed goes to Impact, and after they have a career, they're like, I've done it all. They wept because there were no more empires to conquer. But speaking of Impact, I hate that. I absolutely hate that this gets its own time. I really do. But
it's rightfully deserved, man. This is the most influential wrestling company in history. Like, you can't name one show without an Impact Wrestling superstar.
nah, please just tell us about Impact Wrestling so I can
All right.
bear this storm and get to the other side.
Let me jump in there real quick. I see Newman Cole. He says, "Oh, I know who stole it," and it rhymes with ET. Someone clarify that for me. And of course, right on time, like there's nobody's business, Datilla is in the chat. Welcome. I seen you tweet about a whole lot of Power Rangers stuff too. So shout out to Datilla for Power Rangers. I seen you at Revolution last week. Let us know how that was. But it is time for the greatest, most influential show of the century,
Real
Impact
quick,
Wrestling.
before you start, Knock, I just want to say, when I was a kid, I was on the subway, and
The subway in Miami.
don't poke holes in my story.
Was it snowing too?
And this older gentleman, he says to me, "Young man, there's one fact in life: money can't buy happiness." And as you can see, I'm rolling in dough. I'm the CEO. I've got it all going. But you know what? I guess he was right. He has all the money in the world, and I still can't get Impact off this damn show. So money really can't buy happiness.
Oh man, I've been happy with Impact since I started watching back in 04, 05. Great stuff here. But speaking of the show,
Syndrome.
we got Jonathan Gresham versus Kushida, and let me tell you, man, this was a master class of wrestling. These two were so in sync, technical wrestling galore. And I was actually surprised because I thought Jonathan Gresham would have got the victory. But in the end, Kushida gets in the hoverboard lock, gets the victory. If you haven't seen this match, I think it might have been my match of the week. It's definitely up there for one of the best matches. And then, of course, we got Mickie James versus Giselle Shaw. So this is a huge highlight for me because Giselle Shaw has been on a tear. She has a group with her, Savannah Evans, the whole group. And you would have thought, how would Mickie James win? Who would come to help Mickie James? And none other than Deonna Purrazzo, the virtuosa herself, the bitter rival of Mickie James, who said later on, "The enemy of my enemy is my friend." And that is Mickie James. So enemy Giselle Shaw and Deonna Purrazzo hate each other too. So she sided with Mickie James and helped her get the victory. Mickie James retains the Knockouts World Championship. This will not be the last we see of Giselle Shaw versus Mickie James. But great stuff from there. Great Impact episode. Again, big shout to Bullet Club's Chris Bay and Ace Austin for being the Impact World Tag Team Champions. And if you guys haven't noticed, Santino Marella has a new shirt out. The authority figure, Santino Marella. And this is the best Santino Marella's been in his career.
You take
Never
that
mind
back
the
right now. You
never
take that
mind the
back
Cobra.
right now. I will not
Never mind the
stand for
Cobra.
this slander.
When has he ever been taken seriously like this? He's an authority figure in Impact
Royal
Wrestling,
Rumble.
okay?
Everybody popped when they thought that
The
man
Women's
was gonna
Royal
win.
Rumble?
I forgot the year. Eliminate. He just went on what's his name? Chris, the podcast interviewing guy, just on his show talked about how the crowd went wild from an elimination chamber when they thought he was going to go over Daniel Bryan.
Oh man. And speaking of last thing I'll say for the Knockouts division, we did have Taya Valkyrie. She's not gonna be on part of the show anymore, which kind of sucks. I love the Death Dolls. They have like a supernatural effect to them. They'd be popping up in the air like they're jumpers, like they just be popping it out of nowhere. It's really cool that they do stuff like this for them. But it was Taya Valkyrie, it was Rosemary, and it was Jessica Havoc, but Taya is no longer there no more. But for the Knockouts division, Taylor Wilde, with her ongoing feud with Killer Kelly, had a surprise new member to her faction, the staple Kylan King from AEW Dark, Dynamite, Dark Elevation, MPW with Thunder Rosa. Kylan King made her debut in Impact Wrestling and should be aligning with Taylor Wilde. That is the Impact wrap-up for this week. The most inspirational, sensational show going. Let us know in the chat what you guys thought about Impact Wrestling. And can we get Eric to watch Impact Plus?
Can I ask you a question about Impact?
Go ahead, man.
Did anyone get choked out on Impact?
Did anyone get choked out on Impact? Zach, do you want to tell me who got choked out?
Did Mickey James get choked out by Bully Ray?
International Women's History Month. Is this what you subscribe to, Doc? Is this what's hot in the street?
Listen, man. Listen. It's Bully Ray getting heel heat. Okay, we're building up for a nice storyline run. This is the same guy who turned on Hulk Hogan at Lethal Lockdown against Jeff Hardy. Okay, Bully Ray knows what he's doing. Impact knows what they're doing. Impact is fine.
Yeah, I remember.
Hey, Mike.
Oh, sorry.
I'm good.
I remember Cody Rhodes saying Bullet Club was fine. How'd that work out?
It worked out because he's going to be the main event of WrestleMania this year, so he wasn't lying. He said Bullet Club is fine. Bullet Club is mine. Still one of my favorite promos of all time.
I hate this. I hate this segment. I hate anyone who's ever bought. Oh, well, I need my heartburn medication.
But real quick, did we get just make sure we have the Impact graphic up there. I just want to make sure we're all set with that. We're not disrespecting the.
Nah, it's up there. Don't worry.
All right, we're good. That is all Impact Wrestling news I got. But come news and rumors segment, I got a few Impact things that will tie into some other stuff I want to hear your thoughts on, and everybody in chat as well.
Wait, if y'all start a petition, there's almost 1,000 of y'all. If y'all just say no more Impact, we have to listen. Please be the change you want to see. Be the change I want to see.
Speaking of change, Datilla points out, makes another good point. Eric is still using the old logo.
You're damn right I'm using the old logo. I'm going to continue using the old logo because there's nothing good about Impact. You want me to go on Google and look for their new logo? First of all, just looking for this logo, I had to throw away my old computer. I don't want people thinking I watch that stuff like some kind of pervert.
At least he's not using the Global Force logo.
Oh, man. Global Force, Impact Wrestling, Ring Ka King. Jeff Jarrett has made 3 different wrestling promotions, man. Come on.
I've never in my life.
And he went out for a pack of smokes on every single one of them.
Never in my life have I seen Vince McMahon having to work these dates just to feed himself.
Hey, he's about to get a new AEW International Champion, man. Impact's back up, man.
If that happens, I swear to God, TK's lost it. We're running long on this recap, so let's go ahead and jump into SmackDown.
SmackDown, the only things to go into, Drew and Sheamus both won the 5-way. They'll face each other to face Gunther on Friday. Ray Dom segment was really good, and other than that, it was kind of a filler episode with Legato and Judgment Day and some other stuff happening. But SmackDown was kind of
meh. Not when my boy, the master of the 619, the greatest luchador of all time, Rey Mysterio's going to the Hall of Fame, baby. Come on, that's not a filler. I don't care what else happened.
That was a great way to do it. That was a great segment. I really enjoyed Dom this week.
He kicked the shit out of Ray on the outside. He put him to the announce table. That Ray sold the shit out of that.
He did. Oh man, but yeah, congrats to Ray. That would be cool. I can't remember who was the last person to be inducted and still an active wrestler. Maybe it was.
There was a list. Someone put a list out. I think Goldberg, Mysterio. There's a third person.
I would count Goldberg. But what he does isn't wrestling.
Bret Hart will agree. There's a third person though, but I can't think of him.
Yeah, but I think that does show that he's probably retiring by the end of next year. He's probably done.
Sadly.
Mm-hmm.
Just the last time on SmackDown, Jey Uso gave another great performance, explaining why he joined back with the Bloodline, and it looks like he's still sour about Roman Reigns, but he has to do it because he knows Jimmy is his weak spot. So it's a lot of good stuff there.
Yeah. My only question for you guys before we move on from SmackDown is, so Cody always came out for Sammy and raising his hand. My only concern about them doing that a couple times is I'm worried that they're trying to use Sammy to get Cody over. The same way how they would have people be associated with Roman to get him over.
I see that and I get it, but it's working because how great Cody has been. So I think they can get away with this time.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to know if it was hidden for you guys or not. And okay. I dig that. All right. Nothing else on SmackDown? We're good?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to touch on Rampage before we go on, Zach?
All I want to say is the Reach for the Sky Championship has been announced by Mark Briscoe for the Ring of Honor Tag Team Championships. I think that's beautiful. That was, I think, my highlight of the week.
That's cool.
I think it is too, man. That's such a good. I'm glad they took their time with it. They didn't announce anything for the Ring of Honor Tag Team titles since this happened. They didn't rush anything. I'm glad they took their time, came up with a nice thing to do. And honestly, I kind of want to go to Supercard. It's a little bit expensive, but it's very close to where I'm living, so I kind of want to get some footage and go to Supercard.
I think that.
I mean, they're putting on great matches, so.
They are. Man, that'd be a hell of a weekend. Supercard, then Mania 2 days after.
Yeah. I don't have the NWA graphic, unfortunately, Newton Co., but I'm just going to run down NWA real quick, what you put. Speaking of NWA, yesterday, NWA USA showcases some future wrestling stars. Sorry, my graphics are all messed up. I do believe that we might see some people leaving the NWA, like Highland King and Taya Valkyrie. And we might see others like Natalia Markova and Max D. Impaler leaving the NWA, since we're future wrestling stars after seeing NWA USA yesterday. Did you watch NWA, Zach?
No, I can't sit through it.
Yeah. It's just not for me either. Maybe I'll give them another try like a year.
No. They'll be here in a year.
Fair enough. See if Freddie Prinze can take over. Let's go ahead. Knock. Before we get to news and rumors, do you want to bring up your MVP of the week?
MVP of the week, man. This is something we used to do in the beginning, but I think it's great to bring it back. And let us know in the chats below, who is your MVP of the week from any promotion? For me, we didn't mention him in a recap, but I gotta go. It's gonna be a tie between the two 5-star matchmakers, Bryan Danielson and MJF. They stole the weekend with one of the greatest Iron Man matches I've ever seen. MJF needed this for his world title run. He really did. And he proved he can't go. He can't go to the ring. And Danielson, who says it's time for him to go home. Who knows if that means home to his wife and kid, to WWE, or to Ring of Honor. But something's going to happen with Danielson soon, and he's my MVP of the week as well.
Yeah. I've been saying it. MJF himself, I don't know if he can carry a match, but if you put him up against someone who can really go, he can keep up with them.
Yeah.
I do need to see him carry a match at some point, though. I think he should. I don't know who he would do that against, but I'd like to see if he can actually go to that next level.
That'd be interesting. Let us know in the chats who your MVP of the week is from any promotion, man or female. And then Zach and Eric, who do you guys got? If you got anybody.
Mine's easy. It's Austin Theory for burying John Cena.
Oh, Zach.
Man, we were not watching the same show.
How could you?
You're not conditioned like I am with Raw. So you are delusional by the time you got to that segment.
He saved
an expert in watching a 3-hour telecast, is going through the different storylines, good and bad, the Papa John's and Chris Lee Knows Best commercials. You got to be a veteran at watching Raw to understand that promo.
Zach, you're breaking my heart.
Man, Eric was talking about Stockholm Syndrome a few minutes ago.
I'm torn. Of course, I have to name John Cena because I mean the guy came out and he made every woman with a beating heart fall in love once again. He made every man with an ounce of testosterone in their body say, "Damn, John, let's go work out, meet some beef." But then again, the hardest working lazy man in the business, Orange Cassidy, or I guess I have to give it to the man who is single-handedly carrying Ring of Honor, Zach. Oh. Slim J, of course, doing the thing on ROH.
This is criminal.
He's fighting cartoon characters.
But those are my MVPs. Also, another segment I hope to make regular. I put up a poll last week asking you guys which version of me is your favorite version of me. Every Monday, I'm going to try and put up a random poll, and we'll discuss it on the show or just make mention of it. The winning, well, actually, it's still a tie. Tie between cult leader Eric, which I don't remember ever leading a cult. It was a group of people who thought the same way, and we all had the same views. And my attorney will fight you tooth and nail on that. And the current iteration CEO me, with GM Eric flopping in third place, and nameless Eric last.
Man, that's like broke ass Baron Corbin, nameless Eric. Man.
That was the one I worked the hardest on too. You know how hard it was to come up with a new tagline every week. But thank y'all for voting. Keep an eye out for our next poll tomorrow so we can talk about it on the show. And with that,
also keep an eye out for tomorrow, as well as the poll going out tomorrow. We got shorts coming up, and we also have a new champions video dropping tomorrow, Monday. Check it out, man. What can I say about it?
Any teaser?
Any teaser? You'll see why the Empire was built for tomorrow.
Okay. John Cena, dig it.
Oh, God. I'll leave this fucking channel.
Dig it. Oh, man.
I can't do a John Cena without my boy Eric.
Damn straight. Real quick.
Heads it.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
You got it.
Mr. All Power asking, what's on my head? I don't know. I got something on my face. I don't know. Let me know if you see something. But let's go ahead and jump into the news and rumors. Knock, you got anything going on?
Yeah, man. I got this man, Joey Janela. He must have really got pissed off by AEW because he's tweeting out, "Oh, I can't wait to play my favorite wrestling game, the only wrestling game come out this year, WWE 2K with Cody and the best." He's been tweeting this stuff out for a while, just trolling on the internet. But I bring up Joey Janela because GCW is allegedly fighting, but not fighting for the title fight forever. AEW is being delayed somehow, some way, and now the blame is getting put on GCW. I don't know what's going on, but clearly there's something up with the whole fight forever trademark.
Right. So, okay, so first of all, something I found funny was somebody put out on the internet that one of the craziest things humans have done is try to own words, which, retrospective, that is pretty weird. So supposedly for this lawsuit, GCW doesn't want money. They don't want to delay the game. They just want to make sure that they can use the name for future pay-per-views. It's, like Zach pointed out, it's really weird they waited this long, so close to them actually getting released. And it's also really weird that they're doing this to a company that pretty much is giving them, like, one of their best, if not the best champions they've had, period. So yeah, GCW is just a weird company, man.
It's all true. Zach, do you have any quick thoughts on this one?
Even if they just would have released the game by now, none of this would happen.
Yeah, I said on the chat before, I will be buying this game day one to play and let you guys know how it is. I've just been waiting for them to drop it.
You're a better man than me. I'm not buying that until I see the reviews.
Well, you took the bullet on a few games. I think it's only fitting. I'll take one. The other thing I did want to point out was a whole nother Twitter debate Did you guys see the ladder match last week before Revolution? The whole thing with the refs holding the ladder. Bryce Rimsberg, a few other AEW refs as well. Some other people have been coming out saying like defending themselves why they hold the ladder. They rather save or protect their coworkers than have them have a nasty injury or broken neck. Bully Ray has been coming out just blasting AEW refs, called them lazy, saying this is terrible, this is destroying the business. And he posted his video of the TLC match at Mania where they had a lot of crazy ladder match spots and no refs for holding the ladder. I do see both sides, but it is a different era. And like Remsburg replied saying, I'd rather just take more caution just in case. What do you guys think on this whole topic here that sparked a lot of controversy?
I'm torn because on one hand, okay, first of all, using the word lazy, I don't know how lazy got in there because they're doing something, but
yeah,
I mean, I don't fuck with Bully Ray anyway. But on one hand, I get it. It looks very scripted. Like a referee's supposed to be impartial, and if he's holding a ladder, then it shows. It just kind of breaks the kayfabe a little bit. And then on the other side, there's a safety part. And there are times when like AEW's done ladder spots where the ladders don't look stable. And
yeah,
I think the first
like Powerhouse Hobbs.
Yeah. Like the first time they ever did that, I think it was actually like warranted. I think they did keep somebody up. And also AEW especially, not even just like wrestling period, but AEW especially has a lot of people who do a lot of crazy, even crazier than like the Dudleys and Hardys ladder spots, like Sammy Guevara, for example. So
yeah,
I think I would rather have them hold it than something happen, and it sucks, but I think I'd rather just take that bullet.
Yeah. I mean, I'm all for caution. I think as far as like the crash pads, I think AEW might need to chill out a few of those things, but like the ladder match, I see both sides. Zach, what do you think about this? If you want to weigh in?
All right, we talked about it last week. It's the production's fault. It's not the ref's fault for doing it. I don't care if I see a picture of someone live at the event and they tweet the refs holding it. Like, that's fine. I just don't want to see it on TV. Just production-wise, oh my God, they need to hold it. Just put the camera up. You'd have had such a great shot of Hobbs. He sold that perfectly, how unsafe it was. If you panned in on Hobbs, that would have been a better shot than what they would have had. Hobbs was selling it facially, and just the other thing too is there are two kinds of ladders to use. We've all seen them. There are aluminum ladders and there are fiberglass ladders. Use the fiberglass ones to climb up. You use the aluminum ones for the spots against the apron and the guardrail. There's no reason you should be buying a super tall aluminum ladder. Those things can bend very, very easily. I think that's, again, AEW production. That's the fault. I'm 100% fine with refs holding ladders. I'm fine with cheats as long as you just don't show it on TV. I like magic. I just don't need to see how it works.
Yeah, I think even that first time when they did it, like I think they were using a ladder that was like bending already, so they should definitely know better than that. They've got the money. Daddy's got money. TK Daddy. But yeah, hopefully they do something about it. Just pan the camera up a little bit. Who knows?
What you got to do?
Yeah, and I think it's the two main things I had. If I want to pass to one of you guys, if you got any more news and rumors.
Yeah, how about you, Zach? What you got?
I'll just have the one for today. Do you guys listen to country at all?
A little bit,
on and off.
Okay. Is there a reason you just don't click with it, or is there?
I just don't actively look for it. I'm a fake country fan. I love Johnny Cash, and every now and then I'll find something random.
Hey, that's like the real, but okay. That's like, I'm a fake wrestling fan. I know, sometimes I watch HBK. Just so you know, I listen to everything. I listen to a little AM radio while I was working from home, and I just go through every channel and listen to anything that's available on my little FM radio. And I do listen to country music. There is a newer wave of Black country singers, male and female, and we are getting one night 2 of WrestleMania, singing, I do believe, Star Spangled Banner. Is that what the celebrities sing?
Oh, is that what that is? Okay, so I did see. I must have saw a bad picture because he looked white to me. So I saw a really bad one.
He's not light skinned.
Okay.
Jimmy Allen, great country artist, and if you want another one, I'm blanking on the name. There's another more light skinned one maybe they used, who's like really huge in country music.
Not a Kane Brown.
One albums. Yes, Kane Brown.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I know a little bit. I know a little bit.
See,
Well, that's
okay.
good. So it's just there's different sides of country to what you get on the mainstream country like FM radio and stuff, but now it's stuff like Vivo and like other things that are more streaming wise are bringing in more fans in FM radio. You're seeing them transfer over to FM radio now, so it's nice that they're getting more of a shine because it's straight country music. That's what it is. It's just different kinds of people singing straight country music. And Jimmy Allen, I'm very looking forward to. I've been enjoying his work for a couple of years now.
Nice. Didn't know you were a
I don't know who
country
Becky G is, but you chumps at Night One can have her. I don't know who she is, but that's who the Night
Hey,
One
I actually
folks
met
are.
her. She was pretty cool. She's a pop singer over here. She's also in Power Rangers. I forget which Ranger she was, but I think she was Yellow
Okay.
Ranger. Yellow or
Oh,
pink, one of them.
Okay. Tell her, let us know.
Oh yeah, let us know. I did meet her, but she was in the Yellow Ranger. She was wearing yellow dress. I'm gonna go Yellow Ranger. I think the other girl from Aladdin was the Pink Ranger.
All right. I've got a couple things. I know I'm forgetting the one thing I actually did prepare for, but oh well. So WWE's getting hit with cease and desist for calling Austin Theory the Now, I believe, or the future.
Yes.
Whatever they're starting, they're trying to get over on him. Apparently,
Now.
in the tag team's been going by the Now for a while. They're sending out a cease and desist. I've never heard of them before this, but you know what? I'm all for it. All for WWE getting hit with a little cease and desist every now and then. Just to spread the love, send it back.
I think they got hit with a 2, actually. I think someone else is suing them.
Well, actually, they're threatening to. WWE/ECW star Francine not happy about the Queen of Extreme moniker being used for Liv Morgan. She stated on her podcast, "Damn, everybody's got a damn podcast nowadays." And
Subscribe. Let's hit 1K live.
Come on, we're so close.
and Corey Graves called Lita the Queen of Extreme on Monday Night Raw. So Francine said specifically that she's focused on Liv getting that moniker. That's what she's trying to send the cease and desist for. I don't know. Does this work for you guys, or do you think does Francine own the right to be the Queen of Extreme? Is that,
Honestly,
She
bro, I
physically
have
owns
no
it.
idea.
or I guess I shouldn't say. Oh, I don't mean own in the legal sense. I'm sorry. I mean, has she?
Okay.
Is she like deserve it? Like we can call Triple H the Cerebral Assassin, or I don't know, something like. Has she earned the right to be called the Queen of Extreme?
In more bad ways than good, I'll say.
Oh
Like,
gosh.
old school ECW stuff. I'll just say that. I'm a fan of Francine, but just more bad ways than good.
Okay. Let's see. There is. Okay, this one's kind of iffy. Just happened 10 hours ago. WWE star apologizes for liking transphobic social media posts.
Yeah.
Valentina
What was it?
Feroz.
She's on
Okay,
NXT. I don't think she's been on too
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Apparently she liked a video of a politician making fun of trans women. Do you think this will get her the boot, or is she low enough on the totem pole that they might just let it slide?
I haven't seen her wrestle too much, and I know it has nothing to do with it, but I just feel like she might have been on that cutting block anyways, and this didn't do her any favors.
Yeah, if you don't see her alongside Elektra Lopez next week, then that's what's up.
Okay. There was something else I had that was big, but I already forgot. So that's every week. That's what happens.
These
Dome guns. Damn, we found the third guns, brother.
Oh no.
Ray or Not Wrestling asked, do you guys think we'll get Batista in the Hall of Fame this year?
I think we have to.
I think that's
I mean-
a supplement to not having The Rock since we're in Hollywood.
Yeah, I think we have to.
Batista, Ray. I've been calling for Victoria for years. There's a lot of people.
Victoria,
who can do it.
Midnight Express.
Yeah.
Conan is inducting Ray.
That's right. That's what I wanted to remember. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, they made official. I believe after the show ended, they tweeted out, right?
Yeah.
I don't think they tweeted it out, did they?
I don't know. I just saw pictures of it. Someone tweeted it out.
Yeah. But good for him. I'm glad that they confirmed it, and that should be a pretty cool thing.
Yeah.
So real quick, before we get to the main event, was there anything else that you guys wanted to touch on? Any other?
I think that was it for me.
All right.
I'm good.
Um, just some shameless self promotion for Justice League Inc.'s new music department. We managed to sign the hot new young actor, a guy you might know, Eminem. He did a little something for us. It was the video's out there. He raps about the tribal chief. It's AI generated, so we're not going to do the full game because we're running long on time. But I'm just going to read a promo for you guys, and I want you guys to tell me: is it real or is it AI? This one's going to be The Rock. Finally, The Rock has come back to New Jersey. Sure as The Rock for the very first time stood in this arena and called Kevin Kelly an ugly hermaphrodite, it is just as sure as this Sunday, The Rock will be at Hell in a Cell. Now make no mistake, this will be the most brutal match The Rock has ever been in. The most dangerous match The Rock has ever been in. The Hell in a Cell. And it doesn't matter what Kevin Kelly, what you call it, whether it's called Hell in a Cell, Rage in a Cage, Penis in your anus. The only thing that matters is that The Rock is going this Sunday night. Do exactly what he does best. Lay up the SmackDown and get The Rock's WWF title. Now, before you give your answer, I'm going to read another one. So you guys have to decide which one of these is the real one, which one of these is the AI one.
Don't say the real one because you'll get a cease and desist from MLW.
All right, here we go. Actually, no, I don't have that one. Well, spoiler, that was the real one.
Yeah, I remember that one pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna go real with that one too.
But I'll go into the next category. This is gonna be Hogan cutting the promo. Let me tell you something, brother. I've been in this business for a long time and I've faced some of the toughest opponents out there. But there's one guy who always seems to get under my skin, and that's Shawn Michaels. That's right, brother. Shawn Michaels may be one of the most talented wrestlers out there, but he's got no respect for the legends who came before him. He thinks he's better than everyone else, but he's just a cocky, arrogant punk. You see, brother, I've earned my place in this business. I've fought tooth and nail to get where I am today. But Michaels, he's had everything handed to him on a silver platter. He's got no respect for the fans, no respect for the business, no respect for me. But you know what, brother? I'm not going to let Michaels get the best of me. I'm going to take him down once and for all. I'm going to show him what it means to be a true wrestler, a true champion, and a true legend.
That is definitely AI generated. A true
That's
wrestler,
got
that
to
is
be.
cat.
What the fuck?
That is AI generated. You got that, Knock.
Yeah, we got HH calling himself a true wrestler. You know that's not true.
Like, if this is how AI gets algorithms for doing what people actually say, like, I don't think Rise of the Machines is coming because they're not getting it right.
All right. I've got last one. You got to let me know, real or promo. This is Ric Flair cutting a promo on Carlito.
Woo!
Let me tell you, I can't do a Ric Flair impersonation. Let me tell you
Call
something.
Jay Lethal.
You may think you're hot stuff, but you don't know the first thing about respect. That's right, brother. You may have the looks, you may have the talent, but you don't have the heart of a true wrestler. You see, when I was your age, I lived and breathed this business. I gave everything I had to make it to the top, but you're just playing games. You know, Carlito, I used to think you had potential. I used to think you could be a true champion one day. But now I just see that you're a quitter. You're leaving this business behind, walking away from the very thing that made you who you are. See, Carlito, the wrestling world is like a family. We stick together, we fight together, we never abandon each other. But you're turning your back on your family, on your fans, and on the legacy of this great sport. But you know what, Carlito? It's not too late to change. It's not too late to show us that you've got what it takes to be a true champion. Which one do you guys think?
It's AI.
What do you think?
I'll go the opposite way. I'll go real.
So this one, I put more factors into it because I was trying to base it around their feud when I forgot what the reason was they were feuding, but
For the IC championship, maybe?
I think so, yeah. But he was trying to talk him up. But yeah, this was AI.
Damn.
I will say one thing that did kind of impress me.
I should have known there was no woo in there.
Actually, so the real one that was based on, apparently Ric Flair did that one off the cuff because he was feeling some kind of self-confidence issues. And
Oh, shit.
I do recommend looking it up. It is interesting. But one thing I found interesting is that I asked the AI to write a script for Monday Night Raw and Dynamite. For some reason, it refused to do one on Monday Night Raw. But for
I don't
Dynamite,
blame him.
for Dynamite, I said before that they do way too many blackouts. There's a blackout in the script for Dynamite.
Oh gosh.
And it's after the Young Bucks beat Jurassic Express for the tag belts, lights out, and then Dark Order comes out. So even AIs are seeing the pattern of Tony Khan. But I just wanted to share that. I might be having some more fun with AI generator later. So keep an eye on the channel, subscribe, so you can see what's coming out next.
Yes, sir, man. We're so close to what? Okay, we've been tooting this horde for so long. 4 more people.
4 more.
If you're that 4th person to hit the 1,000 subs for us, you get half the stake in Justice League Incorporated, man. Be that 4th person.
That's right. I will send you half a T-bone steak. With that, we actually didn't talk about this. Thank you, Primetime, for reminding us. What is everyone's thoughts on AEW getting a show on Saturday?
Ooh.
Uh,
Positives, more time for wrestlers to get an opportunity on TV. I don't know if it's going to TNT or TBS yet. I need Tony Khan to change up the look. I need him to make it feel special. Make me want to watch, because right now it's harder for me to watch Rampage. They also got to figure out how they're going to record this, because I went to Dynamite. It was a long ass show. A lot of people left for Rampage. I'd say maybe do Dynamite by itself and have Rampage and this show be their own thing. So I don't know, but more TV time is good.
If they have a third show and it actually is wrestling, and there's still, if there's only 3 women's matches in a week with this new show,
Yeah,
then that's irrefutable proof that TK does not care about women's wrestling. So that's what I'm looking forward to seeing.
mm-hmm.
Like, this has to be called out if it's just 3 matches a week.
what do you think, Zeph?
I agree with both of them. AEW Collision, I do believe it's going to be called, and it is going to air on, I think, TNT around the 6:05 time Eastern time, I do believe. So it's going to be like old WCW Saturday night.
Yeah, I mean, we know TK is a historian, so maybe this works out. I think this all but guarantees. Also, I just thought about there's going to be no more AEW pay-per-views on Saturday.
Oh no, it's early enough to be a lead into the buy-in.
Okay,
Like Sunday Night Heat was for pay-per-views.
Interesting.
I don't know if that's too much wrestling for me. I don't know if I want to watch AEW all day.
That's a long ass day.
Right.
I mean, WWE's doing their Saturday pay-per-views as well now too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's actually a risky move. They're going up against pay-per-views. That's gonna be an L. Oh well. Knock, do you want to take us to the main event?
Of course, you guys know what time it is. There's been enough talk. Mark Henry, stop stealing my line. It is time for the main event of the evening. Zach, take it away with promo school.
All right, today on promo school.
Zach, I'm afraid I'm gonna have to take the wheel here because, see, I'm throwing out a challenge for you guys. As it's been said during this show, we are 4 subscribers away from hitting 1K. I need you guys to dig down deep and ask yourself, what demographic are we not hitting? And I want you guys to cut a promo right now, calling out to that demographic, asking them to subscribe.
Hmm.
I don't know, man. I've been checking our analytics. I think we covered all the bases. But if we had to pick one, oh man.
You
got to go first, Zach?
You can go ahead. I gotta think.
All right. There's one group of people that we haven't touched enough. I hope this doesn't go the wrong way. I don't mean touched literally, but it's the children. All right.
No.
The children spent a lot of money on this Fortnite stuff, on these YouTube dropping dimes. We gotta talk to the kids. We gotta go PG. No more cussing on the stream. We gotta get WWE universe. This is the West Coast Pop universe, WCP universe. So bring all the kids. We got Zach Shorts going live. We got a whole lot going on, man. So if you really want to get us to 1K, if you want to spread the word in all the schools throughout, just tell everybody, tell the children. West Coast Pop has all. I don't know, man. This. I was gonna say candy, but I'm not gonna go that far. Let's backtrack a little bit. We're fun over here, man. We got new cool graphics. We're gonna get some pyro. We're gonna get a lot going on for you guys. Just tell the kids what's up with West Coast Pop. Spread the word.
You about to lose some subscribers off this. Zach, can you follow up that appeal for the kids?
I think appeal is the wrong word.
Oh man, I just want to, before we wrap up here, I just want to appeal to police officers and parents. Please monitor what people are watching online. I think it's the best thing you can do. You can hit subscribe. You can look at what is being sold to children out there. Make sure you're hitting the cookies. Make sure you're hitting the history, and just make sure Chris Hansen's not, knocking on Jared Fogel's door.
Oh God.
Yeah, as he said.
All right. Well, to be fair, of course, I'm going to cut a promo myself. This one goes out to a demographic. I know we got the Tiller in the chats, but I think it's fair to say our community is more skewed to the male demographic. So this one goes out to the ladies. Hello, ladies. Where can you go on YouTube to find yourself happier than you've ever been in your life? Right here on the West Coast Podcast. You smell that? The beach, the seagulls flying above us? I do. When you hit the subscribe button, you get 3 people who listen to your feelings. 3 people who understand what you go through day by day. 3 people who are willing to go to that thing that you want to go to. So hit the subscribe button. What's that? Do you hear that? Fireworks. Turn our world upside down. If you really want to feel loved, if you really want to feel appreciated, you hit the subscribe button and realize that we are the place you want to be. Now, we may not be your men, but we are what your men wish they could be. 3 funny individuals on YouTube doing this for free. Oh, I hear that now. The fire crackling in the background. Dry wood, ladies. Come and get you some of this. And that is why you should subscribe.
I'm so glad I didn't get spoiled on that, man. I would like to retract my whole promo from this entire statement. We didn't need it at all. We'll stick with Zach or Eric's and Zach's. And I've been thinking about cutting this podcast up to some shorts and posting them. I think we have our new short. I think we got our first short for the podcast going up.
Thank you. Like Tsunami said, Just Us League is for everyone with a X or Y chromosome. Join us.
Oh man.
That's right. Primetime, you and me will start a show where we review OnlyFans content on the channel. But that's it for the West Coast Podcast. Anything you guys want to promote before we head out?
Yeah, man. We got a new champions video going live tomorrow. I'll spill the beans. It is Asuka coming live tomorrow. I'm working on Biggie. That should be out maybe later this week. And then we got another one of the 4 horsewomen coming up soon. So keep an eye out for those champions videos. They're coming in quick. And a tier list, of course, coming soon as well.
Yes.
Very nice. And of course, keep up to date when you hit the subscribe button. You guys get to see the best Last of Us review in the game. I get excited every time I see the notification pop up. Honestly, the only reason I even think about watching the show is because you guys do this review. And it's cool to see 2 guys who play the games are into the show.
Good. It's really good.
It's the finale tonight, man. So let us know if you guys watch it. The review should be out either tomorrow or Tuesday, so check it out.
Very nice. Also, check out our TikTok. As Knox said, we do have a TikTok. We post some shorts from the show. We post some things that YouTube won't let us post on here. And, if you just feel like laughing on TikTok, we've got some good stuff there already posted from, like, last year. So check us out. With that, Zach, where could they possibly find us?
Damn. They can find us at the Oscars celebrating all the big movies like Everything Everywhere All at Once, Top Gun, and the other stuff. Happy Oscars
The
Sunday.
whale.
Oh, yeah.
Say yeah.
Austin Butler.